Hey guys, if you want to see how I transitioned from this look to this look, carry on watching and let's just get right into it. So starting out, as you can see, I'm going to go straight into my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I love this primer for everyday use. It's moisturizing and it aids my makeup to stay on longer. So I'm just going to massage it into my skin and make sure that, you know, the grip effect is turned on, because it has this grip thing where everything you apply on it tends to grip onto your face, hence the Milk Hydro Grip name. So yeah, I'm just patting it into my skin, and as you guys know, I have some blemishes on my face and I'm going for the super natural no makeup look. So I'm using the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation in the shade Macao. I'm just using a little than the usual amount that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and buff it into my skin with the CVL Beauty Flat Top Foundation brush, just to make sure that I cover my skin evenly. As you can see, I have hyperpigmentation on my skin and some texture. This foundation is super skin-like and it gives me the coverage that I need. And since I want to go for a no makeup look, this is what I'm going to do, because this suits me very well. If you want to go in with a skin tint or a CC cream or a BB cream, you can go ahead and use that, but I definitely prefer using this foundation because it's super lightweight and it's soft matte, and during the day as the oils on my face tends to come in, it tends to look more natural. As you can see, I've covered up everything on my face. I'll put a link down below if you want to purchase this foundation brush. It's amazing. I really do love it. Look at the coverage, guys. Just a little bit of foundation goes a very long way. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Butterscotch. I'm gonna apply it into the inner corners under my eyes, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply it right where my eye, like the outer V portion of my eye, just to lift, give me a little lift. I saw this trick, so I was trying to see if it worked out, and I'm just going to go ahead onto my mustache area, my forehead, the bridge of my nose, just the usual places. I like to highlight. This concealer is quite full coverage and it's very natural looking as well. I'm gonna go ahead and buff it in with a beauty blender. I use a brush usually, but I'm using a beauty blender just to give me a natural finish. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend it into my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Fenty Beauty Setting Powder in the shade Honey. As you can see, it's really close to my skin tone, because I didn't want to like change the actual like complexion of my face. I didn't want like a super highlighted look like I would usually go for if I'm going full glam. So this powder is really nice and it really melts into my skin. So I'm just pushing little amounts under my eye and wherever else I applied concealer, and wherever I usually crease. If you have dry skin, you wouldn't even have to bother with this step. You can just go ahead and use your face powder, but I like to use a setting powder, especially the one from Fenty, and this shade in particular, it's really close to my skin tone. So I'm just going ahead to push it into the places where I applied the concealer first, and I'm gonna go in with the butt of the beauty blender and apply the setting powder all over my face. Little amounts, guys, little amounts. Don't be heavy-handed at all. I'm just pushing it into my skin just to make sure everything is nice and set, just, you know, so it doesn't crease and get oily and move all over the place. Now this is a no makeup look. We are trying to be as natural as possible. So yeah, I know that it looks like I'm using a lot of setting powder, but I'm really not. I'm using this because my skin is oily, because I want my skin to stay a little more matte during the day. That is why I'm doing this. So I'm going in with extra setting powder around the places that I crease at, with the same setting powder, by the way, under my eyes and my smile lines, just to make sure that they stay crease free during the day. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. I have a super detailed eyebrow tutorial on my channel, so if you want to see that, I will link it above and below in the description box. I'm using the Evita Joseph Expert Brow Liner, by the way, to outline my brows. Now on days where I'm doing a no makeup look, I still like to go for my thick brows because I really love thick brows. Yeah, so I don't go as dark as I usually go on a full glam days, but I still like to go for my thick brows. Now at the end of the day, I'll show you guys how I keep my brows looking fluffy and natural, like I actually do have thick brows. I'll give you guys a tip, but for now I'm going in to sculpt them out with the same concealer that I use, which is the Too Faced multi sculpting concealer. I'm also going to go ahead and, you know, sculpt the top part of my brows with my foundation that I use, which is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I'm doing this so that I don't have the halo effect on the top of my brows, just to maintain a really nice natural look. So I'm just fluffing and blending everything out with a fluffy brush. On my eyelids, I'm just, you know, covering it up with some setting powder just to make sure everything stays in place. I set my eyebrows, by the way. Now I'm going back in just to make sure that I haven't lost the actual shape of my brow that I was going for. I'm going back in with the Evita Joseph Expert Brow Liner. I'm just making sure that I don't have any creases on my lid, because today I'm not going to be doing any eye makeup or putting bronzer on my eyes. I'm just going to maintain my eyes just the way it is after, you know, setting with setting powder and using concealer and all that. So I'm just making sure that there are no creases under my eyes. Now I'm going in with the Rimmel London eyeliner. Now I usually use brown eyeliner to do this step, but I realized that when I use the dark felt tip eyeliner and create a super tiny thin wing, it really looks nice. And when I apply mascara, it just makes my eyelashes look thicker than usual, and I really like it. So I switched up that whole thing. So I'm using a dark eyeliner this time around, just to make sure that it gives me a faux thick eyelash effect. You can still use a brown eyeliner, because yeah, that's also super subtle and super natural looking, but I just preferred to go in with a dark eyeliner. So I'm just trying to create a small wing. This was such a struggle to do. I'm super lazy in creating wings, so I like to skip that whole step, but I still go into my waterline with a dark brown eyeliner, just to make sure that the lower lashes are not left out. Just something really subtle, just to make sure that they match. Now I'm going over where I set around my mouth, just to blend in the powder into my skin, just to make sure everything looks super seamless. Now I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker bronzer in the shade Coco Naughty. I really love this bronzer. It's super natural, super subtle. Now I'm just tapping off the excess from the brush, and I'm going to go ahead and bronze my face. I didn't do cream contouring today because, you know, I just wanted to skip the whole step because it's like a struggle. Plus we are going for a really subtle skin like butter type of look today. So yeah, usually people would just like do the really, like they don't do the most when it comes to these types of makeup looks, but I do because I have problem skin, I have oily skin, and I want to look really subtle. But you know, at the end of the day, it's going to, as your natural oils come in, it's going to look really, really subtle. I'm contouring my nose with the same bronzer that I used, but I'm using a eyeshadow brush from Evita Joseph just to, you know, make the contour as subtle as possible. Of course, you can skip this step if you don't want to. It's totally unnecessary if you don't want to, you know, bronze your nose or contour your nose or whatever. Yeah, so I took it under my brows just because, you know, it makes it look a little more natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, go back into my wing because I realized that it wasn't straight enough. So I'm just, you know, going over the wing just to make sure that I have the shape that I want. Now you can skip this step. You guys know that I love blush. Blush is my favorite thing. I'm going in with the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Red Vino. I use the same contour brush that I used, the brush I used to apply my contour. And now I'm going in with a beauty blender just to soften the blush a little more, just to, you know, make it look a little more natural. Now I'm going in with my favorite setting spray, the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, just to melt everything together, just to make sure that it looks really, really skin-like and really, really, you know, glowy and really, really pretty. We are going for the skin like butter look today. I'm using the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes mascara. This mascara is my favorite. I really like it. If you don't have lashes, if you have struggle lashes like mine, you should invest in a good mascara. But this one is really one of my favorites and really one of the best that I've used. So yeah, I'm going over my lower and top lashes to make sure I coat them with mascara to make sure my lashes actually do pop. If you have like naturally full long lashes, you really can just use a few coats and you're good to go. Now I'm going in with a spoolie just to separate my lashes to make it look a little more natural, because the mascara tends to leave little clumps in your lashes. So you want to do this step just to make sure that you are making your lashes look separated and, you know, long and not, you know, have clumps in them, because it's really not flattering at all, believe me. Now I'm going in with a dark lip liner, a dark brown lip liner. I'm just going over the natural contours of my lips, you know, just to make sure that my lips look pouty. So yeah, you can use any dark brown lip liner. You really don't have to use the same thing as mine, but I really love the Davis Cosmetics dark brown lip liner, but it's quite difficult to find, so I'll definitely find a dupe for you guys. Now I'm going in with the NYX Cosmetics Matte Lip Cream in the shade Berlin, which is a really soft matte brown color as well. I went in over just to, you know, soften the dark brown I put on my lips because it appeared a little too strong for me. So yeah, I just went in with that one, and now I decided to go in with highlighter. You can skip the step. I just put it into my inner corners just to open my eyes up a bit, and I put it on the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and my brow bone area, just to give me a few highlights. I didn't go over my cheeks just because I didn't want to. Now I'm going over my lips with the Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm Cream in the shade Fenty Glow. One of my favorite lip gloss formulas. It's very amazing and I really like it because it really doesn't change the color of my lips much. It's just really pretty and it actually accentuates my lip color. I have a natural lip color combo as well that I do. Let me know if you want to see that one, or I'll probably put it in the description box if I remember. Now I'm going over my brows with the Got To Be glue gel, the black one, just to make my eyebrows appear that was close, appear a little more fluffy. But yeah, that's all I do, and this is how the look turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd be sure to link to list everything down below in the description box. My god, look at my skin. It looks like I have good skin, like skin like butter vibes. I really like this look. I really do like this look. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.